Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Week 7 of the North American League Championship Series. I'm Rye Chains, and I'm here with Captain Narwahl. We're going to be your casters for the day. Today we got a classic matchup for you guys as number 1 seed Cloud9 takes on middle of the pack TSM. Cloud9 looking to continue their undefeated season, and TSM is trying to play the spoiler.
And as we're already halfway through the pick and bans, we can see that TSM banned out the devastating bot lane of Senna Tahm Kench, as well as a Pantheon, which is a good flex pick into both mid, top, and jungle. And we can see Cloud9 matching with bans on Bjergsen Syndra, Broken Blades, Ornn, as well as one that we have not seen yet.
Yeah, Senna Tahm Kench is a devastating bot lane to play up against. It's known as the fasting Senna pick, where Senna is actually going to build the support item and just farm souls. Kench is going to actually get the CS. So it is devastating. She just scales up, gets all of her souls, and late game, she's a beast.
And we can see with the Aphelios banned out, those top two ADCs are now banned out. So we can see that they're going to have to drop to the lower picks. And we can see that TSM does pick up the set first pick, which is a super strong pick in multiple lanes.
Yeah, Set very strong right now in the meta. A lot of damage. He has the multi-man stun. He's got the haymaker that deals a lot of damage if you can get there. And the body slam ultimate is very big too.
We can see Cloud9 striking first, picking their up their ADC and jungler. Those are pretty cut and clear, no flex picks available there. And you can see then TSM responding with the quick Zyra Khan. Super strong lane as always.
Yeah, Zyra Khan definitely still very strong early game. A lot of CC coming out there. We'll see. Potentially they're going to look for a Vulcan support pick here. We do see bot lane potentially picked for both sides. Likely you want to mirror that. And then give your solo lanes counter picks. So we will potentially see the Leona here. And yes, it is finally locked in. So the Leona is going to be taken by Vulcan in the counter to Rakan Xayah. Definitely has some lockdown for Leona. Can repel some of that CC just a little bit from Rakan.
And we can see, since they do only have the set shown, this still could be thrown into any of the top roles, but Cloud9 is making the assumption that it is not jungle with that Gragas spam.
Yeah, most often the set will go into the top lane, so Cloud9 is definitely just kind of figuring that, okay, well, we can just assume it's going to go top lane. We'll ban out a jungler, potentially ban out a mid laner. TSM here is going to look to ban the solo lanes out because they do see jungle and bot lane has already been picked. So that is going to be seen here with the Gangplank pick, the scaling, carry heavy centric champion that is Gangplank there.
We know that Licorice has played this before and has excelled on it, and so it's good to see that ban come up from TSM. And then as we look towards Cloud9's ban, they could ban another jungler right here. They could target Darlax champion pool. They could ban out Sejuani, Trundle, or any of those tankier champions, as that's what he's been relegated to this split. And it does seem that they will ban the Sejuani, and then we can see what TSM will look to ban.
Yeah, TSM probably look for obviously another solo laner here. They do have the set pickup already, so may look for a champion that is good into set. Try to give Broken Blade a little bit of an easier lane here since he picked so early. Definitely would give Cloud9 the counter pick here in both lanes, and the Aatrox is going to be the pick away. Licorice, known for playing his Aatrox, he loves that champion, and he is very good on it as well.
Mm-hmm. And as we look to Cloud9's pick, they could pick up their top laner here, as they already do see the set, but if they're scared that Bjergsen would pick what they want to pick for the mid lane, they could pick it right here. And it does look like they are hovering that Zoe for Niski, and he has been a beast on that this whole split so far.
Yeah, definitely makes sense for the Zoe pick. You got the long range poke, and it will be locked in. You got the Sleepy Trouble Bubble for that long range pick potential. Definitely a strong champion, one of Niski's favorites here. So he should be feeling pretty comfortable on that.
And it is kind of interesting that they do opt for that mid lane pick instead of going for the counter pick for mid, since they do already see the set, but instead they opt for that Zoe, apparently probably to take it out of Bjergsen's hands as well. And then we see the instant login of the Zillion and the Jarvan there. And I can see how Cloud9 would like to respond.
Yeah, Bjergsen feeling great. He said he can pick a Zillion. He loves that champion. He's played it a lot as well. And the Shen is going to be the answer to the set in the top lane. So Licorice playing his Shen. Got a little bit of that global presence with the Stand United. Can get some shields to whoever he needs. And can be there at short notice.
And in addition, with most of Set's damage coming from its punches, that being his Q and passive, the W of Shen, the Spirit's Refuge, is really strong into the sets. But he will be lacking a lot of priority early, so that's something we can look forward to.
Yeah,
As
definitely.
well,
These lanes should be pretty interesting to see. I do imagine that Set is going to be able to bully Shen in the top lane. Blabber playing his classic Lee Sin jungle will probably look for early invades. We know that he does have an aggressive play style in the mid lane. Uh, should just be a push battle, I think. And then bot lane will be definitely explosive, as in both supports have relatively strong CC.
in addition with that mid lane matchup, I think that Bjergsen's pickup of Zillion is mostly to neutralize the Zoe. Niske has been known to like to roam across the map to anywhere that he might find anything, any possibility. But with that Zillion, Bjergsen is able to keep a nice push into mid lane with that double bomb.
Yeah, as we load in, look at the team comps here. Set for Brogablade in the top lane, Jarvan for Dardoch in the jungle, Zillion for Bjergsen in the mid lane, and Zyra Khan for Kobe and Bifrost.
And as we get into this game, TSM is still looking to break this undefeated Cloud9. And we can also see the sign in the crowd talking about a bot lane difference. This is something that has been brought up question marks for TSM. Kabe was brought over as a team fighting legend over from Europe. And yet this year, all he's done is disappoint. And we can see if that can turn around this game.
Yeah, definitely. And here we go. We see the top side posture here from TSM looking for a lot of members in the top side. Biofrost maybe going to get a ward over. No, he's actually going to go over the wall there and walk back. He does seem to be in a bit of a fighting position here all the way, and he doesn't have help according to Cloud9. They don't even know he's there, actually.
They did not have vision of all, and TSM threw down a question mark ping in that bush because they thought they might have seen Lee Sin there, but
Oh,
currently
but maybe on
TSM
Licorice. Oh, Grand Entrance is going to miss. Licorice will get auto down a little bit, but he is not going to be in any sort of danger at all, not even burning a summoner spell.
That was a really creative invade coming out from Biofrost on that Rakan, jumping over the wall right out of Lee Sin vision. I don't want to say it was luck, but that was so close to being caught out, and yet he wasn't, and so they have to force Licorice to back here. And as we can see, both junglers are looking to start on their red buffs, and we can see maybe this bot lane's walking over to leash them, but Shen is just going to continue walking to the top lane.
Yeah, definitely. It was very weird. That invade was kind of crazy and creative, just getting out of the vision sight just a little bit. We do see the junglers, like you said, starting red buff. That means Blabber is going to have influence on the bottom lane pretty early into this game, while Dardoch decides that he is going to go into the top lane.
We can also see that because both bot lanes, both top and bot lanes all went straight to lane, that there's really little information as to where these junglers may have started. Both junglers started leashless and they both went red right to blue, so they're looking to get a gank off early.
Oh, but Grand Entrance coming in, not going to land. Biofrost getting taken down a little bit, goes down to half health, takes a lot of damage from Sven. Just a little bit of trades back and forth here. We see Niski maybe looking over into the blue buff of Dardoch, but he is going to get spotted on the ward and just opts to take the Blast Cone away instead.
And also, if we look back down in this bot lane, Kabi did opt to take the cleanse here. And also, if we take a look at this, Shen is down already 8 CS and is just getting relentlessly bullied by this set.
Yeah, this is something that we knew. We knew that Licorice was going to have a hard time in this lane. A Set is one of the strongest champions right now. You see that Haymaker going to deal a lot of damage to him, especially because he got that crit. But Blabber looking to the invade onto the Raptors. Dardoch might find him here. Could have a little bit of an early fight, and he does spot him, smite away. Blabber is going to secure the Raptor, but Flag and Drag is going to be there. Dardoch running for his life. Ward drop is coming in. A little bit of fighting back and forth. And Sonic Wave Resonant Strike is going to land, but Dardoch is going to have to flash away, and he will limp out with just a little bit of life left.
And really importantly there on the upper side of that fight, Bjergsen was able to double bomb Nitsky to prevent any help that he could have given.
Yeah,
And we can
great
see
job
that
by Bjergsen right there, defending his jungler, not allowing Niski to get into that fight, because that surely would have spelled disaster for Dardoch.
and we can see that because Broken Blade did walk down towards mid there, he did lose the CS lane that he had built, but we can see that this lane is still not easy for Licorice.
Yeah, Licorice doing his best here. Definitely trying to stay as even as possible. He knows that he is in a tough matchup. So as long as he stays relatively even, it's not that bad for him.
Mhm. We can see Cloud9 posturing a little aggressively, and as we can see on the side, the win rates for these champions on TSM are so high.
Yeah, undefeated for Kabi and Biofrost's Zaya, but Zenith Blade is going to go in. Flash from Vulcan is going to get out of the Grand Entrance, and they will be able to get out of there. Dardoch showing his presence, and Cloud9 wanted none of that.
Licorice still getting bullied in here, and there's nothing he can do. Lee Sin might look to come top, but instead it looks like Shen is just going to back.
Yeah, as we look at the CS numbers here, about 6 up for Broken Blade in the top lane. Blabber is about 2 camps up. Onto Dardoch in the jungle. Mid lane CS is about even, and in the bot lane, relatively even as well. Just about a few minions away.
Shen does stick around as this wave is big and getting shoved into his turret, and so you can see him just pick up these minions as Broken Blade starts to leave.
Yeah, and just as we reach past the 5 minute mark, uh, Infernal Dragon is gonna spawn here, so we might see Blabber looking for an early Infernal Dragon to get his team ahead. We do see Dardoch is walking up to his top side to clear some camps, and Blabber already cleared his top side camps, so he does have the prio on this dragon here.
We can also see Niski starting to walk down, but instead is just standing around as there's not really much to do. As Bjergsen's just shoving out his wave again, so he needs to get back up there and respond.
Yeah, as long as bot lane keeps prio, and mid lane can get prio as well, this dragon should be relatively free. Should be no contest at all. Now,
We can see both Niski and Sven and Vulcan are pushing in that bot lane, and Niski's already walking down to this dragon as Lee Sin has control worded it.
yeah, it looks like they are gonna start it up. Should be a free dragon, no contest here. And Cloud9 should secure the first dragon of the game, and that is Infernal.
We can look for that. Jarvan is looking, peeking his head into the red side of Cloud9, but there's not much he can do unless he starts to wrap around onto Licorice.
Licorice looking to be in a bit of a tough spot here. He does have flash available, and he uses the taunt to get out of there. Flag drag, and he will flash it away, so he will live that fight.
But now, since Set just hit 6 and Licorice has blown flash, this is definitely going to be a spot of aggression from this TSM team.
Yeah, Licorice also no flash on Licorice. Definitely looking for a repeat gank here. But we do see Blabber is on the top side of the map. He does have a lot of camps up, so he will be there in defense just in case. Dardoch's bot camps are spawning, so he's probably gonna have to go down there. So maybe no repeat gank in the near future.
We can see Rakan off his back starting to make a walk up towards mid, but since so he's backing, little should come of it, bar vision. We can see Blabber clearing his red buff, and right now the map is just in a even state.
Yeah, Vulcan is actually also taking the roam up into the top lane, leaving Sven alone to walk back there. Potentially looking for a 3-man dive up here in the top lane could be the play. This definitely would give Licorice a little bit of space to breathe. And we'll see they're trying to set it up right now. Potentially also a blue buff steal, because blue buff just spawned for Dardoch, and he is nowhere to be found.
They were able to sneak around that scuttle crab without falling into vision, I believe. And we can look at them safely securing this blue buff as Vulcan does drop his control ward in that quadrant.
Yeah, both supports going in, looking for roams deep in the jungle, getting a control ward in there. So some vision denial and vision for themselves for each respective support in the enemy blue side jungle.
And with mid lane being even, this bot lane is being pushed in by Kabe and Biofrost, so Sven needs to play safe while his support is not here. But as Vulcan does come back, they can look for something more, maybe.
Yeah, that earlier play was definitely advantage Cloud9. They did take away the blue, and because of that, Niski is going to be handed the blue buff by Blabber, so now he'll have some more mana, some more pressure in the lane, along with that exhaust that he has, potentially looking for a kill. But TSM across the map onto the Rift Herald, looking to maybe break open the game, get a plate or two, as none have been taken yet. 8 minutes and 40 seconds into the game.
We can see also that TSM's bot lane is on the rotation first, with Zen still being completely in the bot lane, so they will be able to get there if any fight does break out, but it looks like Cloud9 is going to give this up without contesting. And as we see these laners walk out, it was Dardoch that does pick up the Rift Herald, and we can see lanes going back to just standard lane play.
Standard lanes, but the taunt is going to go in. Licorice on a Broken Blade, just trading a bit of autos back and forth. Not much, just a little bit of trades, having fun there. But looking at the gold here, 500 gold lead for TSM. Mostly, looks like mostly because of that big 20 CS lead in the top lane. We knew this was going to happen, and Broken Blade was going to dominate this lane matchup early. So he is doing what he can to keep his team up.
With Licorice still having the flash down, we might see a Jarvan gank up on that top side, but since he is on the bot side, and this bot lane has just backed. Oh, actually, as we can look at the minimap, we can see that the bot lane of TSM is starting to walk up to his top lane, maybe for a play onto Licorice.
Yeah, getting the early lane rotation here, pretty interesting to me. We got Dragon coming up in a little over a minute here. Licorice could be in some trouble if anything happens. We see Dardoch is also making his way up here, so this could be a 4-man play. Licorice does not know about it. He has no vision, and the flash forward facebreaker is going to be there. Body slam back forward into the quickness. Knockup is going to be there, and Kabe will secure the first blood.
This is a late first blood, but now it allows TSM to pick up so much since they do drop this Rift Herald, and they will get the charge off. But
Biofrost getting really low. He's going to be taken down. Sonic Wave is going to land flash forward into Resonating Strike onto Dardoch as he flashes over the wall. Oh, sorry, he flag and drags over the wall, and he's going to go down as well. That's going to be 2 kills for C9 and 3 plates for TSM.
Even though it was that the start of that play looked really good, it was a great response by Cloud9 to eliminate some of that lead that TSM was trying to gain. And we can see Cloud9's bot lane walking back towards the mid lane.
Yeah, great job by Cloud9 to turn this fight around here. Licorice, no idea of what was happening here. He did not know all 4 members would be here, and Broken Blade just takes the opportunity. Flash Facebreaker gets the stun in, and Biofrost is in there. He does get the quickness and the showstopper, and there is nothing that Licorice can do there. But Biofrost does extend it a little too much, gets hit with the trouble bubble, and he is going to get taken down. Cloud9 showing that they want it in, they want the fight, and Blabber does have to burn Flash, but wait a minute. Vulcan is going to get taken. Knockups is going to be there, but he will be able to get out. TP coming in from Broken Blade, and Licorice is in a tough spot again, surrounded by 4 members of TSM. How will he get out of this? No one is even to be seen for Cloud9.
Yeah, we can even see Lee Sin completely abandoning this and walking towards the bottom lane while Licorice is getting dove.
Licorice taking up a lot of damage there. Flash is out. Ignite is going to be there. Bifrost will secure the last hit, but Niski's here, and Sven is here. Featherstorm coming out from Kabe. He will go down, but Cataclysm onto Sven. Dardoch is in there. Flag and Drag going to be away, and he will stay alive just a little bit longer with the Chrono Shift. Vulcan is going to go Golden Stopwatch, and they are still fighting. Showstopper is going to be there into Vulcan in the backline. 2-man face. Breaker is going to be there, and Dardoch is flashing forward into the tower. Bullet time, not going to be enough to take him down. TSM limping away with the little health they have left, and Niski's going to flash forward into the double bomb. There he goes one more time. Drowsy is going to hit, and he does get the last hit onto it. Bomb is on. Stand United Shield is going to be there to keep him alive, and Niski weaving that Paddle Star around. Bjergsen picks up the kill on Dardoch.
Once more, TSM is going for Licorice, and once again, Cloud9 responds well. They were able to capitalize on some kills, and on the bottom side of the map, Blair was able to get 4 plates. 3 or 4 plates.
Yeah, as you go into this replay here, Licorice looks to be in a rough spot. Definitely having some issues. Gets the 2-man taunt. Grand Entrance is going to knock him up there, and he's going to get haymakered on. He does survive for a really long time so that the reinforcements can get there. Niski comes in. Sven just does so much damage. 2-shotting Kabe. And Dardoch is going to get the Cataclysm onto him. Bjergsen with the TP coming in. And this fight right now is a 3v4.
Definitely. Yeah, Lee Sin is complete on the bottom side.
Yeah, Broken Blade goes in under the tower. Dardoch is there to finish the kill onto Vulcan. But Niski and Sven dealing so much damage. for this end up turning the 3v4 just a little bit, and they end up being able to pick up the kill onto Dardoch. Niski, great job curving this star right around Bjergsen. And Licorice with the great map awareness to be able to get that Stand United shield to save Niski. But Vulcan is in there. Dardoch and Vulcan fighting it out a little bit. Flag and Drag will get knocked up. Double Bomb is going to land. He will be stunned up. Grand Entrance with another knock up. And the quickness is there. Kabe is going to get the last kill on Vulcan. Blabber going really low. But Niski being able to pick up the kill onto Bifrost in the end. Cataclysm onto him. And he looks to be in a rough spot. Chrono Shift onto Dardoch just in case. And Niski is also going to go down here. Double kill for Bjergsen.
Right back into the fighting. This game is non-stop action from these two teams as they keep swinging. And we can see that the gold still does remain relatively even. Cloud9 is up in Dragons, but it looks like TSM is making, once again, a play towards the top lane.
Yeah, Licorice in the middle of 3 again. Flag Drag is not going to be able to connect there, but the taunt is going to go. One more bomb will stun him up. There it is. Solar Flare from Vulcan is going to be there. Licorice still alive. Facebreaker, there he goes. Dardoch is going to secure the last kill. But Sven is here. Sven does a lot of damage. One more auto is going to do it onto Broken Blade, and he will go down. Dardoch is in a bit of a bad situation, but the Flag and Drag is going to be able to take him out. Sven walking up. Potentially dangerous situation, but Bifrost decides not to go for it.
For some reason, Bifrost does not go on that. Maybe it's because they did not have enough damage, or that they saw the Lee Sin was there and figured it was a dangerous play. But anyways, we are once again just another fight and just another evening of the gold lead.
Yeah, gold lead back to even now as Cloud9 look to start up this Herald. Should be no contest as TSM moved all their resources down to bot side of the map. And this should be TSM, second Herald going to Cloud9.
TSM did just take a reset there after they fought that fight, and now they're looking and eyeing up this dragon as Cloud9 has this Rift Herald in the top lane.
50 seconds onto the third drag. We do see Mountain Soul on the Rift here, and this dragon would be pretty big if Cloud9 were to get it, as they would be only 5 minutes off of Soul Point. But Licorice again getting forced off of this tower by 3 people, and the Herald is going to come into the top lane. It looks like it's going to be a little bit of a race to see who can get the first tower, and Shelly is going to be there to secure it. Cloud9 is going to take that first tower and increase their gold lead to 1,000.
TSM should be able to respond to this turret in the bot lane, but just no matter where Licorice goes, there's going to be members of TSM there trying to kill him.
Yeah, that play was relatively even around the map. However, I would give advantage to Cloud9 because they did have the first turret gold advantage, as well as they got that Herald charge into the inner tower of TSM in the top lane. So definitely a lot more damage and gold and resources coming out. But as we see, this dragon is spawned. Cataclysm not going to land on anyone. Vulcan in the middle of the team. He does seem to be in a bit of a rough spot. Solar Flare is there, but the showstopper onto the backline, 3-man Facebreaker, and the Haymaker is huge damage coming out from Bjergsen. Double Bomb is there, and Licorice finds himself in the middle of 5 members. He has nothing to do, and Niski is left to sit there and watch his team get destroyed.
Cloud9 walked up to try to get this dragon, but they end up just getting obliterated by the combo of TSM with the double bomb, Featherstorm, and Showstopper destroying their team.
Yeah, that was an insane fight from TSM. Bjergsen, Kabe, and Broken Blade all going so huge in that fight, with Dardoch being able to Cataclysm. And here we go, we can watch it again. Cloud9 walking in with no vision, very dangerous for them. We see Dardoch is going to miss the flag and drag, but Vulcan finds himself in a significant fighting position here. Zenith Blade is also going to miss, and the Solar Flare is going to land on 2, but instant QSS by Kabe. Broken Blade into the backline, getting the 3-man stun. And Rakan, Bifrost really big with that 4-man knockup as well. Grand Entrance coming in really big, and just a lot of damage coming out. Very well executed team fight by TSM, and it shows now.
Cloud9 wanted that dragon, but didn't put in any of the time to set up the prep for it, and so they just walked in and all ended up dying.
Yeah, and now we look at the gold lead in this game. TSM has about a 1.5k gold lead. Cloud9 just had 1,000 gold lead before that dragon fight, and a 2.5k shift now puts TSM in the lead.
This is such a volatile game with each team taking their share of the gold lead, and then we just swing right back to the other. We can see we need to look forward to and see if TSM can hold on to their lead this time.
Yeah, looking at the scoreboard here, Bjergsen 3-0-6, 2 items on this Zillion. He's definitely looking huge, but wait a minute, they're onto him. Sleepy Trouble Bubble is going to land. Paddlestar is going to their Solar Flare, and he will be able to get the Chrono Shift off just in time to save his life.
The layering of CC was just so slightly off that he is not that they Cloud9 is not able to take him down.
Yeah.
And while that was happening, Kabu was able to just walk up and get this top lane turret for free.
But Niski going in for a little bit of poke. Paddlestar onto Bjergsen takes him down to about a third HP. And nothing will come out of that as Dardoch was in the flanks.
We can see TSM posturing him out this mid lane, and we can look at the gold difference across the game, and it's just, you can see that it's right back and forth.
It is definitely a back and forth game here as we look. TSM in the lead right now with a 2,000 gold lead. We got 2.5 minutes onto the Dragon. They have taken both outer tier towers in the bottom lane and the top lane, so we would like to see a play come in for this mid lane tower here in the near future as Nash is going to spawn in about 20 seconds. I don't expect to see any Baron plays because this game is so volatile. And there's no need for that yet.
And if we can still look to that blue side quadrant of Cloud9, that controller that Biofrost placed over 10 minutes ago is still sitting there and still giving so much vision over to TSM.
Yeah, that ward is doing very insane work for TSM. A very good job by Biofrost keeping that ward in there.
And even it was even walked over multiple times, so the fact that it's still alive is actually so huge for TSM and gives them so much information that Cloud9 just can't match.
Yeah, we see everyone is posturing around the Baron already, looking for maybe a topside play from TSM. As we see, their bot lane and jungler are on the way, but Cloud9 has their bot lane and jungler right there to counter it as well. Maybe looking to just push this wave up a little bit, maybe get some Baron vision, control, something like that. Or just to move down towards the mid lane. Yeah, it looks like that's what they're going to do, move toward the mid lane here.
We can see that the set is pushing up this bottom lane to give a bunch of pressure, and then it does force, since they did push up the top lane, it forces the MF to stay there in response to that, while it gives the pressure, it gives the freedom for TSM to rotate towards this mid lane and look for a potential dive.
Yeah, this looks like it might be a dive here. Broken Blade is on the flanks. They do see him. Will they go for it? Vulcan does decide to go for the fight here. Zenith Blade is not going to be there, but Broken Blade, boom, showstopper onto Sven. It will not be enough to kill him, but he does have to flash away. Cataclysm is going to be there. Dardoch going really low. Trouble is going to land, but it will not be enough. He does stay alive. Quickness, grand entrance from Biofrost is huge, getting the 3-man knockup, and Licorice has to flash away. Crazy fight for TSM.
Once again, Cloud9 just gets absolutely blown up in these fights. They went a little bit too far on that tower. It was the tier 1 tower. They could have given up, but instead they decided to stand and fight, and for it, they were punished greatly.
Oh my gosh, yeah. TSM fighting huge right there. Definitely showing off their team fight prowess here and looking to take down the undefeated Titans that are Cloud9 right now.
This will be the Baron picked up for TSM, and this will give them so much pressure. As we can see, Licorice is pushing in that bottom lane, but it should be a shift now.
As we go into the replay here, we can watch this fight again. Cloud9 opts to take this fight, even when they see that Broken Blade was in the flank here. Showstopper is going to go on to Sven, and Cataclysm getting 3 members of Cloud9. Bullet Time not going to do that much damage, but the Trouble Bubble is going to be there. Licorice getting the 3-man taunt, but Biofrost, with the combination of the Facebreaker and the quickness, so much work being done there, and so much CC and so much burst from TSM. They actually just wiped the fight.
This combo of the Cataclysm, Rakan, Zillion, and Xayah is crazy. They deal so much damage if Cloud9 ever managed to get clumped up, and especially with the set being there, it's very easy to set that up for TSM.
For sure, as we see second Dragon is going to be sent over to TSM. Dardoch securing the second Mountain Dragon, so that is a lot of extra magic resist and armor for the side of TSM, making them even harder to kill than has been already proven. But Licorice getting run down a little bit, but he will be able to make it out, and TSM will collect the inner tier bot lane tower.
And we can see that TSM set up complete vision in that tower, but now they're looking to siege this inhibitor tower. Need to be a little bit careful as all Cloud9 is there, and set is still far away, and it will take time to TP. But with Set catching that middle wave, they will have two waves pushing it, and that's dangerous for Cloud9.
Yeah, Licorice is going to be there, but it looks like there's not going to be much defense here from Cloud9. TSM will be able to just back them off, no worries at all, and take away that middle inner tower as well. Now, the only tower that is not in the base is in top lane. We will potentially see TSM looking there in the near future to try to take out that and secure that last bit of gold outside the base.
And with over a minute, or with 50 seconds left on the Baron, they're going to take this inhib. Kabe is just walking up and hitting
Solar Flare, Featherstorm is going to be there. Kabe will be okay. Dardoch flagging drag into the backline, but Niski finds himself in the middle of 3. Dardoch is going to go down. Sven will collect the last kill on that. 4v4 here. And TSM looking strong even in this 4v4. Going to take down the bottom inhib.
But with Vulcan's Solar Flare being on cooldown, there's not much they can do to defend that inhib, so they just end up giving it up.
Yeah, so mid lane or bot lane inhibitor goes down for Cloud9. Now will likely be the time we do see them rotate up top lane to try to get this outer tower, this last outer tower. And they have so much vision just set up. You see, if we look on the map, 4 control wards for Cloud9. And I see 2 for TSM. I mean, sorry, 4 control wards for TSM. I see 2 for Cloud9, and both of the Cloud9 ones are in their base.
I mean, if we start looking at the scoreboard, we can see that Licorice is so far behind. 4 deaths and only a single kill participation compared to 2 deaths and 12 kill participation on Broken Blade. And as well, if we look to the mid lane, the Zilean has been doing so much for his team, even where it doesn't show. He has saved so many people with his ultimate that it's just not even counted for in the scoreboard.
Yeah, definitely. We see that TSM is going to look for this last outer tower in the top lane. Cloud9 looking to maybe put up a defense. Probably not, though. Licorice is in the bot lane, but Stand United is available. But there he goes, Dardoch in there. Cataclysm with the quickness. Sven is going to go golden, and he will heal away. He's out for a little bit, but not for long. Bullet time is there, and he will go down finally to the Haymaker. And Dardoch still continues to go in. Sleepy Trouble Bubble is going to land on him. Cataclysm is there to bring him back to life in a few short seconds. But they are chasing down Niski. Niski is going to go down to that last bomb. Taken away. There he goes. And top inhibitor to TSM.
And with both the damage dealers on Cloud9 on Cloud9 dead, there's little that TSM can actually do to defend it. Or
So
that
here we
Cloud9
go.
can
Grand
actually
entrance onto Licorice. Licorice is going to go down right away. It's a 2v5 situation. The Nexus towers are falling. There's one more left. And that is going to be it. Cloud9 will fall. No longer undefeated. TSM is going to break the streak.
That was a beautiful game from TSM. They were able to defeat the undefeated Cloud9, and they were able to show that they are actually good at team fighting. Kavi was able to step up. Bjergsen, the whole team stepped up today, and it was really an impressive showing from them.
Definitely. Great execution by TSM. Their job, their main focus, it looked like, was to put that Shen behind in the top lane. Licorice could not even play the game for half of it. It was rough. He was having a hard time playing. And TSM using their team fight prowess, executing to a T. Very well done by them.
Really impressive showcase. And is this begs us to ask the question, was this just a fluke from Cloud9, or did TSM actually explodes their weakness in this season?
Yeah, TSM, definitely. They didn't have the best early half of the split, but they're coming on strong, especially with this win. Hopefully, they can take this momentum and carry it on through the rest of the split here.
It's Cloud9 was on record asking for a challenger, and now that they finally have it, this might shake up the league as we know it.
Yeah, definitely. So that was definitely a great game. I enjoyed watching it. Hope you did. And we're going to send it off, and we'll be back in a little bit.